I took the IELTS. I think it was well and good, but my reading wasn't up to par. It wasn't there. There was a problem that day, but well, maybe I don't know English. We don't know. We may never know. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Osas, as you well know. Today I'm going to be talking about lots of things, not just today. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a series. This series is different from every other series I've ever done. It's more up close and personal. It's pretty much not something I've done before. I'm going to be talking about my journey from Nigeria to the UK. Of course, there was a stopover in Belgium, but in this series, I'm going to be talking about why and what happened and go into details about decisions I had to make, opportunities I had to forgo, just generally share with you the journey that seemed like a straight line, that seemed like a smooth and all that, and how it resulted in me being where I am right now. So sit back, get a cup of tea, because a cup of tea, like the British people would say, because I'm kind of sipping tea right now. So I'll wait for you. Go grab a cup of tea and please subscribe. Yeah, before you do that, subscribe, get your tea, follow me on Instagram real quick, click on post notifications so that you can get notified when anything comes on here. I'll wait for you. Before we continue, if you see me looking over here, that's where I have my notes, so forgive me. And if you see me trying to fix this section down here, of course, I have my new mic. I'm proud of my mic. Let me introduce you guys to Philippa. It's a beautiful mic. But yeah, let's continue. Why did I decide to move abroad? Unlike so many other people, I didn't have the abroad dream when I was growing up. If someone had told me that you end up in the UK or in Belgium or any other part of Europe, I'd be like, stop it, you're lying. That wasn't because I did not, fancy the abroad life. Of course, I watched movies, I saw everything happening in the other part of the world, which, was interesting and all that. But I never had the dream. I wanted to become, when I was little, first thing was a newscaster. Yeah, I remember that much, that I wanted to become a newscaster. Everyone thought I would become a newscaster or whatever. Then it's called a newscaster, not really like a journalist or anything. Someone that casted the news on TV. But it wasn't something in the pipeline. But when I became like my late teens, when I, started dating towards my early 20s, I dated someone that was in the abroad, in London actually. No, it was in London. In the UK. So the idea of moving abroad started crippling into my mind that, okay, if I want to be with this guy, we have to be together. So abroad, it was more of a is the next thing for me kind of feeling. And also I wanted to really do well in school so that I would become a lecturer. I knew I looked forward to that before. Like, I figured my plan was I would get my lecturing job, lecture for a bit, move abroad with my future partner, and find a job as a lecturer and something like that. But no, unfortunately for me, God had other plans, and I didn't become a lecturer, and I didn't end up with that person. And it was more of a reset of my brain, a reevaluation of what I wanted out of life. Because more of the decisions that happened, more of the decisions my mindset as of then wasn't really as a result of an evaluation of my life or what I wanted out of it. Was more of things that happened to me, people that happened to me, and that wasn't how I wanted my life to be moving forward. So in 2017, there was a rehaul of, there was a re-evaluation of everything. It wasn't as easy and as smooth. So a lot of things happened around July of 2017, and I had to, move to Lagos. Shout out to my friends in Lagos. Then Uju, Jonathan, God will bless these people for me. But yeah, I moved to Lagos, and still, of course, when I moved to Lagos, the abroad dream was not there. The dream when I moved to Lagos was go and feel something again, because I wasn't really myself. And moving to Lagos, I still didn't feel it. When people say when you cut your hair, you start feeling stuff. So I tried. I cut my hair, but really nothing happened. Nothing changed. And I got a little job. I got a job with a fintech company that paid me enough to get by, but not enough to find a place to stay or all those kind of things. So Lagos was quite difficult. It was more of survival mode when I got introduced to the Japa for study thing. So my friends I was living with then, they had this American dream, which was really admirable, because these guys are hustling. They are not from like wealthy families or anything. They are just trying to get by with their small jobs. Even the unemployed ones, everybody was just trying to write the GRE, the TOEFL, and find admission in the US. Then, which I think applies now, when you get admitted for PhD in the US, you most likely will get funded. It was more of like an automatic thing. If you get a PhD, you get funded, and you literally don't have to pay any school fees or anything. Sometimes you even get paid for studying, so you get stipend. So follow the bandwagon. We see everybody around you trying to do something, and you feel like you can do it too. So I just freestyled. I joined them. It wasn't still really my dream. It wasn't in my agenda. I was not even thinking higher things. I was just like, let's get fine. Let's understand what life is about over again. Yeah, I think it's a very appropriate time for a tea break right now. So I'll let you guys sip your tea, because I want to sip mine. So one thing you should note from this story is that I'm going to be talking about lessons that I wish, lessons that I learned, mistakes that I made along the way. So during that first period where everyone around me was trying to get to the US, doing the exams and all that, I did the exams. I failed my first GRE. There's no pass or fail in GRE, but when you get about 300, you're regarded as, you had a good quality result. I scored 285 in my first GRE. The GRE exam is quite technical. It's more of you learning all over again, especially the maths. Oh my God, what did they put in that maths? You would think what you think is the answer is never the answer. It can't be the answer. It's not even possible that it's the answer. I don't know how they did that thing. Sometimes it's let me just relax. I don't have to write the exam again. Thank God. But yeah, I failed my first GRE, and the second one, we're supposed to take it, me and my friend. I remember the conversation we had about me taking the exam again, because I was fed up. I didn't even have money to take the exam. Mama was thinking that I'm boxed up. I should. Why do people always think that you have the money that you don't have in this life? I don't understand. So I say, wow. So I decided I'm not going to take the exam again. Since I didn't pass it. It was their dream. It wasn't really mine. I was like, okay, I don't want to take it again. And then it was a day, I remember this day, we went to one comedy show like that in the island, Eco Hotel. I think I met quite a number of celebrities. Then I have pictures of these days. I'll probably put some pictures up. But yes, I remember my friend telling me that you have to take this exam again. I want us to go together to the US. And she was quite violent in the asking. I was like, Mama, chill. I know people want the best for you. Sometimes they take your progress as their responsibility, and I really, really appreciate that. And I saw the fire, but she wasn't understanding where I was coming from. She didn't quite understand that I was only trying to survive that period, you know. So she got really pissed. Of course, it was a turning point in our relationship, and yes, they did it, and they left me in Nigeria. All of them, sadly, and they left me in that apartment by myself. Of course, amazing people came and joined me, but then again, I regretted not taking the GRE again and again and again until I made good scores. That was enough to get sponsored to the US, which I'm going to check my audio real quick. Which was the easiest part, which was the best part to take, because when you get admitted into US schools, you get paid, your school fees get paid, you get paid stipends. You don't even have to do your PhD like completely. Some people break and stop going to school when their master's is up and then go work for a bit and come back for their PhD. It sounded really good. So I tried again. I started trying to get to the US again. I did the GRE again. I did TOEFL this time. I scored very well in TOEFL. I scored very well in my second GRE. Took time to practice. And I applied to a bunch of schools, so many schools. And I think I succeeded in the bid, like 3 schools. And I wanted funding. Funding was the creme de la creme. And the mistake I made was if you're in the arts, if you're in social sciences or the humanities, you can get scholarship, but you have to be extremely good. You have to have publications. You have to distinguish yourself in a way. But if you're in the sciences, the pure sciences or tech, if you are, STEM, science, tech, engineering, and mathematics, you easily get funded. So I needed to strategize. I needed to re-strategize. I needed to focus on, my core strength. But I didn't realize it as a then. So I was still applying violently to US schools. And I got funded. I got about 70% scholarship to one school, University of New Mexico. I was very happy about that. So I stopped applying to anything. So that's another mistake. You don't stop applying. Even if you have secured admission until you get your visa in hand. In fact, until you buy your ticket, don't stop applying. So I stopped applying. I just chilled. I was very excited. I've gotten admissions, 70%. 70% funding. All I needed to do was make up 30% bank statements. America, my love. Sorry. So it was time. Apply for visa. I found a way and found bank statements, and I went to the embassy, and he gave me the green letter. I don't know if it's blue letter, the love letter. The first time, I was like, okay, so it's an error. It's not a big deal. I went again. They slapped it in my face again. I was like, so that's how I was to spend another full year in this country. Okay, so we started again. This time, Canada. Not for express entry. Express entry is even on that journey on its own. So I started with schools, University of Alberta, Saskatchewan. That one has very, very low fees. Calgary, University of Manitoba. I applied to all the top schools in Canada because they sponsored. And again, Canada gave me love letter, left, right, and center. I was like, okay, let's do this again. Let's do express entry. What do we do? What do we need to do? After then, I'd already gotten a better job. So I started saving money. I started, what else? Yeah, I started to do my WES evaluation, where you send your transcripts from your school to WES. Started preparing for IELTS. I took the IELTS. I think it was well and good, but my reading wasn't up to par. It wasn't there. There was a problem that day, but well, maybe I don't know English. We don't know. We may never know. Okay. So I was doing Canada Express entry on the side, and I was applying for schools. This time, I was applying for schools everywhere. I applied for schools in New Zealand, in Belgium, in Germany. I did the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I applied for schools everywhere. In fact, this my current school was one of the people that I'm always disturbing for reference letter. That pitied me. I was like, stop stressing yourself. Go and apply for this school. Perhaps till you get it. So I did all of that, and this time I was successful. I got admission in a couple of places, even the UK that I had not considered. I got admission there too. I really wanted to come to the UK when this set of admission came. It was around early 2020, but I couldn't afford it. So another lesson: have a tangible plan. Don't just go into a country hoping that you can work and make up the school fees in that country. Have a tangible plan. So I see people come to the UK now and they are not prepared financially, and they are stranded, and they are feeling really lost. I really feel bad when I see people in this situation, but it is very avoidable. You can decide on time, start saving on time, start gathering money on time. If you need to sell properties, sell them on time. If you need to borrow money, borrow it and have it in hand. Don't come to the UK with a promise of I'm going to send you. So I couldn't, at that time, it wasn't feasible to make up about £14,000 fees for the University of East London. I didn't have enough money. It wasn't even if I had borrowed itself, you turn me upside down, shake me, and turn my friends upside down, shake them, you will not see buying. It's not possible to come up with that 14,000 something. So I decided to go to Belgium for about 3,500 euros for this, about the same degree I wanted to get in the UK then, which was fairly okay. I never saw myself in Belgium, and I went with a plan that if I go there, I'm going to try and raise up money to come to the UK or go to Canada. So that was like my general plan. So it was more like a stopover for me. And yeah, thank God we made it. We're in the UK now. But then again, it wasn't quite easy. I almost got stopped there. Like, I got there and I really liked it and I wanted to stay. But yeah, so I decided to go to Belgium. I went to Belgium. The fees were fairly okay. I was working in Lagos, so I had small change. But then again, living expenses, I had to get a job. So I started working, I started paying my fees, I started saving towards my next adventure in the UK or Canada. And then, of course, pandemic. Corona drivers, it did not allow us to go to Canada as at then. So I ended up applying to the UK. I got it, and now I'm here. So this is the long and short of the whole Jackbar, journey. I will go into details. I'll go into the list of schools I applied to. I'll go into processes. So stay tuned to this channel. Click on post notification. If you have any questions, always put this in the comment section. I do a Q&A Wednesdays where I answer questions from all of you. I'm going to post one this week, so watch this space. So if you want to travel abroad, if you want to study abroad, it's not a decision that you make lightly. It's not a decision that you made following people, because the journey is not so smooth and straight. Not for majority of people, at least. There are people that are very lucky. They get the right information at the right time and they do it once and they strike gold. There are some people that are not as lucky, which is most people's situation. So sit down, ask yourself what you want out of life. Because when the hurdles come, is that target, is that zeal, that goal that you have in mind that will keep you going. Because you can't receive love letter twice from US and still be normal. It's not possible. Most people that go through this will understand. There's a psychological, slap that it gives to you. But yeah, I was supposed to be signing out of this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like. Please follow me on Instagram. That should be here or there, somewhere around. And yeah, if you have any questions, put it down. And good luck with your jackpot journey. Please come abroad. The bad things that they're saying is happening. You can handle it. If it's snow have not killed everybody. Have not killed anybody. You wear jackets, Shibi. What else? If you work, the daily things you do as a Nigerian child, you wake up, you sweep, you clean, you cook food, you make bed. Don't you think that one is, if you calculate that hours, that's like 8 hours of cleaning in the abroad? So you have skill. If your goal is to make something out of your life, to study or whatever, don't let people's stories deter you. That's not why I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my story so that you prepare yourself. You're aware of the kind of hurdles that exist. Okay, I'm going back into talking again. Goodbye. I'm signing out. Peace out.